All praise is due to the Most High, family. We back with another Acres anime review. I just finished watching, what was that? Episode 15 of To Be Hero X. And so we sticking with the Ghostblade backstory. And this one kind of hit. So the last episode, right, was seeing the start of Ghostblade's backstory. You know, him meeting his wife and then having his daughter, and then why he was stalking his daughter, all the way up until he showed up to help with the DJ Shindig situation, right? Now remember, DJ Shindig was fighting Lolly in her rabbit Iron Man suit, and then ended up in the container with the fear, right? And then he got infected. So Lolly's dad, who's the professor researching fear, he came up with the idea, okay, well, let's go. We see that fear behaves a certain way when it comes into contact. Well, really, this material that Lolly's suit was made of was impervious to the fear. And so he knew that suit was made from the same material from the spaceship that crashed, right? So his idea was, well, let's go back to that spaceship and let's see if we can get some more of that material and investigate further, right? So because now this is a top secret mission now, and because Ghostblade can't speak, he literally cannot speak. He's like, well, Ghostblade's a perfect person to, and he's top 5 hero. He's strong, so this is a perfect person to bring along on the mission. Okay, so but Lolly and Nono, they're going too, because Lolly's impervious to fear, and Nono is Lolly's dad's assistant. So he need his research team with him. So they driving out to the spaceship with Lolly's dad, the researcher, and Ghostblade is following them. Now he's being accompanied with Little Johnny, another hero, but we don't know too much about him yet. I mean, we know he's cool with Queen and Cyan, but we don't know too much about him. We'll get back to that in a second. But so Ghostblade is kind of having a difficult time on this drive with Little Johnny, because Little Johnny's a very warm, bubbly personality. And we know Ghostblade literally can't talk, and that kind of reminds him of the hectic household he grew up in. So he's like stressed out this whole car ride. Now, Lolly was doing something. She was working a computer. She was working some technology to track the stalker, that Nuonuo's stalker. And then she is confused at this information that she get, because she's like, oh, like the stalker's behind us? Like, what's going on there? And so she not even low-key, she put on her iron rabbit suit, and she attacked Ghostblade's car, thinking that it's a stalker, but then they realize it's Ghostblade. Now we get to like the drama. That's kind of like the episode setup. So that conflict happens, but she like, what is Ghostblade? And then they kind of calm down and they finish the trip, and now we get to the campsite. And we having like a family dinner, really. And this where all the drama go down, because I mean, first of all, think about the weird anxiety that Nuonuo and Lolly are feeling, because they're like, this is her stalker, and we're just like sitting here eating with him, right? So Nuonuo, Lolly, they're cooking dinner. We gotta eat. Lolly's dad pulled Ghostblade off to the side. He's like, I need to have a man-to-man conversation. Lolly's dad is confused. He misinterprets that Ghostblade is in love with Nuonuo. But because Ghostblade can't explain himself, he can't tell him, no, that's my daughter, that's not my love interest. You feel me? So that was like some weird comedy right there. But so while they had that conversation, the girls are cooking for the group. And so now we sitting at the table. And so Lil Johnny's there. He's making weird comments, so everybody's kind of riffing off of each other. And the conversation is everybody's confused and misinterpreting what everybody else is saying. But so we basically all talking about like, oh, I miss my parents. Dang, you lucky because you even had parents to begin with. I never had parents from the jump. Well, dang, I prefer to have never had parents because I loved my parents and then I had them taken away from me. This is the discussion, is everybody's relationship with their parents or lack thereof. And so, of course, Ghostblade's sitting there thinking like, dang, I wish I could just explain to my daughter that I'm her father, because she's talking about, dang, I don't even know my dad. My dad is dead. So he's trying to give her hints, but nobody's understanding because he can't talk. So anyway, because it's a very emotional conversation, everybody gets to crying. And Nuo runs off. And Ghostblade, per the advice that Lolly's dad gave her, he's like, hey man, you have to comfort her. Or a good parent comforts their child. So Ghostblade goes after Nuo. She's like at her tent, just crying, like, oh dad, I miss you. So he covers her with his jacket. But then then Ghostblade start crying, which he's a very cold, unfeeling individual. So he's like, nah, this is weird. Like everybody's, bursting out into tears, even me. That's weird. So he suspects that something's going on. And it turns out that DJ Shindig made his way out here. Now he's been infected with the fear. And Ghostblade thinking, well, if he's here, he must have broken out of the lab, right? Because we was kind of studying him. We had him tied up, not literally tied up, but we had him secured so we could test out how fear is affecting him. But now he here making everybody cry. And I don't know what his motive was, what he was trying to accomplish here, but Ghostblade determined that that's what was making everybody cry. So, Ghostblade has to dispose of this man because he's going crazy with the fear infecting him. So as to protect his daughter and everybody else, he deemed DJ Shindig was a threat, and he was even before he got infected with the fear. Matter of fact, that's why him and Lolly was fighting. So Ghostblade take him out. Everybody stopped crying. As she calms down, Nuo realizes, she's like, oh, this is Ghostblade's coat. And she kind of readjusts it, and his diary fell out. And she read it, and she understands that these are Ghostblade's, it's his diary log. But in reading it, she's like, wow, this is my dad. Now, we didn't get to see their reaction after her realization because the episode ended. Because really the next thing that everybody started thinking about when they came to out of their crying spell was, whoa, little Johnny's missing. Where he at? So, who knows what little Johnny's secret mission is, or his motives for being, because his boss really voluntold him to accompany Ghostblade. Really, they was just going to settle on Ghostblade being the security and accompanying the research team. So now little Johnny missing, so we wondering why. Nuo knows that Ghostblade is her dad now. DJ Shindig is done for. He's out of there. Man, Ghostblade, you know how strong you got to be? That's why he got the name Ghostblade. You know how strong you got to be to slice and dice somebody up and the tree behind them with a dinner knife? That was crazy. So that was the episode, though. We're going to figure out what Lil Johnny is doing in the next episode. We're going to get to the spaceship, I think, in the next episode. And hopefully, because we got that cliffhanger when we was following Queen and Cyan, we going to hopefully find out what Queen and Cyan is up to and what happened to them when that big old monster popped up. So, all praises due to the Most High, family. Peace and love.